Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Oh, get out of here. Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. One of the things I want to tell you is brought to you by Dispose LLC. A garbage company that's going to do great things for you. All you got to do is give them a call. How can you do that? It's real easy. 770-462-8984. And when you call it, you can ask for Jeremiah. That's right, who you asking for? Not just Jay. Jeremiah, I give you my whole real government name. That's right, because I'm trying to do great customer service for you to be able to please you and give you what you really need. And if you're not for sure, I can give you a free quote and tell you exactly my expertise over 27 years of what we can do for you at Dispose. Now I got to get back to you and talk about this person next to me. That's not my man, Craftmatic. That's right, because he's out the building. Craft had to handle some things. And second thing, Barbara from Macon, Georgia, out the building. So I got this person next to me named Buddha. Buddha's with us tonight. Yes, Buddha. How you doing, big baby?
Slow motion, you know how it is, Jay.
Yeah, I can tell, man. You came in here, you know, ain't like Craft. Craft come in excited with a high flow glow and all that.
He letting his soul glow?
What?
No,
you didn't notice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
We can tell.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
All right.
we're going to have to deal with this tonight. But we got some special guests for you guys. Not just Buddha in the building. I got my man C that's going to sit in. And then Jay Moolah. Woo, my son is going to be sitting in. Again, we're going to be talking about some of this topic. We're going to bring some things in. But again, we want to make sure y'all understand exactly what y'all just tuned into. Bar Talk with Jay. One of the things I can tell you, you can see us on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope. And let's get to the raunchy stuff. Meet Me. Craigslist. What?
Plenty of fish.
What? You know about that too? What you know about that?
I already know you on it. You on everything.
You know something? I'm glad to see that you own it too.
I ain't say I was on it. I just know
Yeah,
you
whatever.
on everything.
I snitch. You know. Yeah, I know.
Oh, so we snitching now?
That's what we do. We did Cody, especially tonight.
Oh, really?
You didn't know. Man, we gotta bring some spice up in this life, baby.
Oh, it's gonna be some spice.
There's gonna be
You
some spice.
snitch.
I tell you what, then why don't you snitch on this?
I ain't snitching.
Whatever. Well, I'll
Nope.
tell you what, before we start snitching, before we go in that, we always have a prayer. Normally, I always let my man, Craftmatic, do it because he do it like no other. So I got to stand in and do this prayer tonight for my man, Craft. Lord, please bless my man, Craft, on this journey. He's out there traveling. We want to make sure he's safe. Not just him, but for all the people that's suffering, going through all these things. And right now in the world, we got the coronavirus. Can you please help all these people get over all the sickness and get them back to better health, better understanding what you have for them, and bless them along the way. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Now, I had to keep that one short because one of the things we got to do is we got to talk about the topic from last week. Last week's topic was
That
how
was
can we
interesting.
keep some spice up in our lives? What can we do? What do we show? What can we change? Now, I'm gonna leave this to Buddha because Buddha act like he the expert. Buddha, how can you keep some spice up into that romance of a life that you got?
How you gonna put it on me? You older than me.
I mean,
That
supposed
means
to
you
be-
the expert.
I mean, just because I'm older than me, I'm an expert at it. I mean, I could be a slow learner.
Nah, I doubt.
You remember I was on that bus behind you. You remember you had the
but you was
helmet
licking the window though.
and you had the helmet on.
Yeah, but you was licking the window. I had protection. You didn't.
Shut like the window because you kept hitting my head. You kept
No,
leaning
really?
back.
Really?
You know you special. Anyway,
Takes one to know, huh?
I know. That's why we know each other. Like, you was a Toys R Us kid. Always playing.
I was too.
But Buddha, can you help people remember what the show was about last week?
Well,
Mhm.
the show last week was how can you spice up your sex life?
Well, how do you?
You have to be open, my brother. You have to be.
Hold on, do we in the ATL? How open are you, player?
No.
Ah, yeah, see, that's why you're nasty.
so-
Yeah,
really?
mhm. You the one say it's
So,
all
so
open.
you throwing jabs?
I mean, that ain't a jab, bro. You the one say you open.
No, I'm talking about in regards to you and your partner. You just why you just want to be difficult tonight?
Because you the one said open. I was like, how open are you?
Really?
Like, closet open? I mean, hell, I just asked you.
Seriously?
I mean,
is that what we doing tonight?
You the one said you 3 minutes. I was like 3 minutes in the closet. I was closet.
Hey, 3 minutes. Hey, I give you
3 minutes, you probably couldn't even make it in the closet.
Is this 3 minutes of your life?
I guess. Because
I tell
it
you.
sure went long.
Hey,
you know?
hey, look. It's
Hey,
heavyweight
The
fight.
last heavyweight fight lasted longer than 3 minutes. It didn't end well.
That really wasn't a heavyweight fight. That
Yeah,
really
that was
wasn't a
heavyweight.
fight.
That was heavyweight fight.
That wasn't a fight.
That was a fight.
No, it wasn't.
If somebody got their behind whooped, it was a fight.
Yeah, he got his butt whooped, but
So it was a
wasn't a fight.
It was whatever.
That he played with him.
You call it play with, but bottom line, he lasted longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe
He
that's
lasted.
so that's
you
how
see
you
what
spice up.
happened though.
Yeah, that's how you spice up.
3
your life.
minutes, you out, and then you go another round, another 3 minutes.
And then you out.
Yeah, then you out. Then another 3 minutes, and then you out. And then sometimes that, 7th round, you just knock out.
And
At 3 minutes.
that's the
Yeah.
suggestion to help spice up.
Yeah,
This is not condoned by Hard Talk with Jay. I do not endorse this commercial. Buddha, we're gonna get that off of you. And we're gonna get back
about
into
3 minutes.
we can tell. We don't know why anybody else love it, but
I love my 3 minutes.
we can tell you love your
It's
three.
about me.
We totally you. In 3, I don't even know how you got to you.
What you mean?
It don't take you
It
long.
don't take
do
that long. It don't take long.
You like yourself. Anyway,
I love
for all the
myself.
ones that really wanted to get back to that show, we did a lot of different things, and one of them is know the person that you with. If you pay more attention to them, you can spice it up by doing some of the things that y'all talked about doing. And we even mentioned going to Starship and going places that could be a little bit uncomfortable, but truthfully, open up in other ways than my man over here that's over all the
Starship
way
could be
up.
fun.
Yeah, it's very much fun. When
Hey,
you're able
it-
to experience some things and show somebody some different sides of you. And a lot of times they would never even know what all they wanted to experience until they was with you and they got comfortable. And guess what? You can explore all these things and you're doing it with each other compared to you doing it with somebody else. That was one of the things that we definitely talked about besides this openness over here next to Buddha.
You go to Starship, that takes a lot of pressure off of you. You can end it in 2 minutes versus 3.
You know, some people want to go longer than that, okay? What about the
For
people?
what?
Because they
I
like
got
it.
things to do.
Well, obviously you got more caring of that than what you doing.
But that's why you go to Starship.
That's why if you go to sleep and
Hey, less pressure.
yeah, less work.
Quicker release.
Needless to tell you, this is not censored by Bartok with Jay. This is definitely Buddha in his 3-minute rule that we don't always oblige by over here. We do believe in bringing a little bit more to the plate than just that. But again, we're going to keep going. You want to get the quote, man?
What you need more than 3 minutes for?
Why do you need more than 3 minutes? Because I ain't in no heavyweight fight. I'm into a love match. I might just want
See, that's the
to.
problem. I ain't trying to make love.
Well, I can tell
I'm
you.
just trying to get me off.
We see.
3
Squirrel.
minutes.
You probably get yours as you climb the tree.
Hey,
Your world.
As long as I don't get caught walking down the street in the rain, I'm good.
I don't even want to get that defined. I'm gonna
Ostrich
let,
Jones.
yeah. I'm gonna let that one go. I knew it was coming. I might be older, but I know that one. Just know, bro.
I'm just saying.
Your 3-minute rule that you stick on, you pray on, and you love so much, which is definitely you. I mean,
It's a
you
beautiful
can't
thing.
even finish a Pandora song, maybe one of them new raps. You ain't finishing too much in 3 minutes.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a situation that you really love it. I
I
mean,
love it.
I'm happy that the fact that you're comfortable with it, because
I
most people
can't
wouldn't
live
even talk
without
about it.
Can't live without it.
It don't sound like you living with much anyway. It don't sound like she getting much either.
Who said it was about her?
We can tell.
I didn't say it was about her.
It can't be in 3 minutes.
Exactly. It's all about me.
In life,
Okay.
sometimes you got to be unselfish. And tonight, I don't see it with Phil. So Phil, before we go to break, because we already started.
All right.
I was going to get you into the quote, but we're going to go into the topic. Because I hope you bring the same kind of energy into what we're talking about tonight.
It's gonna be fun. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it better be. Because that 3 minutes don't sound like fun at all. But you.
3 minutes is real fun.
It can't be.
Yes, it is.
By the time I had fun, it's over.
That's the whole point.
That's worse than a joyride. Before I got to the top to the bottom, it's
That's what
over.
it is. A joyride.
With no joy.
No,
Just a ride.
Henceforth, name Joy Ride.
Well,
You get joy.
ride the topic on in.
You get your joy.
Can we
you get your
ride the
ride.
topic?
You get off.
Can I ride the topic before we can go to break? The Lord knows.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. We want to talk about tonight dating from old school versus new school. Now, this right here is something that we're going to be looking at how we used to date back in the day. Probably be more me. Then I got my man C. I got Rock to get some of the younger people's version of what's going on today. Because again, it changes from back in my time from courting to dating. We're going to define the two because it's a huge difference. But y'all stay tuned because we're going to be coming right back. Sorry for the delay. Buddha was late in the building. Bad accident. But we were still here.
You snitching?
It's the Cotty tonight, baby. And I snitched you because last week you knocked stuff over. You know, we got to watch you. You're getting kind of wide. We're going to put that sign on your back because I'm wide loaded or something. Back up beepers or something. But you just be...
So now you're talking about weight.
I mean, that's why you Buddha. I mean,
really?
Yeah, that's why your nickname.
But hold on, you got bigger than me at 1.2.
Yeah, but I got down because I didn't like it either. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay. Man, let me tell you, we got an interesting show tonight. One of the things we want to make sure we tell you is I got Buddha next to me. He said he on one. We're going to see if we can make it a little bit better than that. Now I got my man C sitting on the side of me. C normally sits behind the board, but we got him from behind the board and we're going to bring some things. And then later on, we're going to bring my man Rock back into it. And we might have a special guest dropping through the night, TR380. He's definitely trying to make it through the building, but again, he had to work, so we're going to try to see what we're going to pull out tonight. So, gentlemen, I'm going to see if I can pass it around, because normally I go first when it comes to old school dating compared to new school. I really want to get different people's point of view tonight. So we're going to start off with you, Buddha. What do you think the difference now from old school, which you call yourself not old, but at 3 minutes you might as well be, because you ain't young doing that.
Okay, I'll take it.
You know you do it, and you don't take it. You just give it. You give nothing.
Efficient.
Yeah, quickly.
Very efficient.
Before you get started, he done. Is that the new school, right? That's the new way. Is that the new way of dating?
No. No.
No. I mean, I'm just asking. You got old school way and new school. Right. Is Phil on?
Like 4.
Okay. You live, man. Go ahead.
There we go.
So is the new school, old school? So is that the new way? That 3 minutes?
No, that's what I've been. I got a patent on that.
Oh, you patented that?
Yeah, I got a patent.
That's one patent that probably never get your ass paid. I ain't never tried to duplicate that one. I call that the field. When that happened, man, I did the field.
Hey, I got it copyrighted too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give you credit for that one because I don't want it. What just happened, baby? The field.
It happens to everybody.
Yeah, and we're gonna blame Phil for it. Copyright and approved.
That's cool. I'll take it.
Some need help. Oh,
no, it doesn't make a difference. Good publicity, bad publicity. It's still publicity.
You just trying to get some. You just prove. Yeah, you just nasty. Now again, from old school to new school, when did this patent a new way? Is that from the old you or the new you?
Nah, man. And honestly, excuse me.
I said, are you dating?
No.
You not? You married?
Yeah.
Well, we talking about when he wasn't. We got to get back to the story.
But I want to know his perspective.
Yeah.
Well, with old school, new school dating. When I came up, you actually had to put in work to actually be with the woman. Now today, let me see. Swipe right? No. Swipe left? That might be.
Swipe up. You can.
So what you mean by getting a woman? Like,
you had to put in work. Like, when I came up, we didn't have cell phones.
What the hell they had?
You're right.
Where
you was at?
I mean,
where you was at? Where you was at?
What year was that?
Where was you at?
Memphis. We ain't have cell phones back
How
in
you
the
didn't
day.
have cell phone back in the day?
ain't
I'm
had
older than
cell-
you, Phil. I had a cell phone since I was 16 years old.
Bro, we ain't
And
had.
I'm 46.
Social media.
Booby, we didn't have cell phones
Booby.
readily like
We
we
ain't
have
talking about
now.
that New Jack City phone.
Yeah, I ain't talking about the carrying case that you had to walk around.
Okay.
I'm talking about cell phones like this where
A cell phone's a cell phone.
Social
No,
media.
I'm talking about where everybody had a cell phone.
Oh,
So
okay.
that means
Right.
smartphones. Really.
Yeah,
I mean,
smartphones.
it's because like
Yeah.
cell phones and smartphones is a delineation.
Yeah.
So if you want to draw the line, you can say smartphones
Okay.
really changed up how the game.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back to house phone, man. Just going back to the
Yeah,
house phone.
so you
I
know
miss
when
the house phone.
when you had you was balling when you had the house phone and you had the antenna and you walking outside in the backyard.
You automatically knew how far you could go.
I mean, you had to put in time. You had to put in work.
Mhm.
You know, you on the phone 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Your mama get up, pick up the phone. What the hell you doing on the phone? I mean, you went to sleep on the phone.
How long was you on the phone?
Did you hear what I said?
You said you
you
go
went
to
to
sleep.
sleep on the phone.
So you lasted longer on the phone than you do.
Yeah, that was then. that was then.
So you was better then than now.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. I ain't putting in all that work. It's too much.
So
Too much.
what
And
about?
then you had to memorize numbers. What? And then, I mean, it was easier back then because you only had to memorize 7 versus 10 now.
Yeah, with all the area codes. man.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God,
Yeah, exactly.
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and then you know, you got a quarter. Actually, you got a dime. I mean, you got a dime, you can make a call real quick.
Mhm.
Payphone.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, you get your dime, boop, dial them 7 numbers, call the girl up. I mean, you can chill. Like you invest in a dime to make time actually made a statement back then. Right now, you know.
You just pick up the phone and just call.
Exactly.
And you don't even care to do that because
Yeah.
you ain't got time.
No, it's too much.
So you
work.
getting stubborn the older you get. So when
Oh,
you was younger,
I'm
you took
honoring.
the time to know her.
I'm an old hungry man. I ain't doing
And I
that.
will
That's too
tell
much
you,
work.
I can relate to you on that one because when I was younger, I sat on the phone until she went to sleep too. And matter of fact, I remember one time I was on the phone talking to her and I said, you know something, one of the things I really dislike is like when people just hang up on you and be rude, like, and it was like, oh yeah, I did. So we talking to a point where I done fell asleep and probably hearing me snore, but she wouldn't hang up the phone
Mm-hmm.
because she remembered what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up, and I was snoring myself and scared myself. And oh Lord, and you still there? Yeah. Why you didn't hang up? 'Cause you
'Cause
don't
you
like
said-
that. I said, oh, she's so sweet. All right, bye. but I understand that. That
selfless versus selfish.
yeah, and you cared and you talked your way in.
Yeah.
But now,
Conversation rules the nation.
so what's going on now? Because conversation is longer. Because obviously it's not.
No. Now you don't have conversation.
So you don't.
You're not
You have text communication,
Now,
which is
That's
not a
still a
conversation.
conversation.
Now,
No,
can't that be
because
considered
things are
confusing?
interpreted differently when you text it versus when you're actually speaking to them.
Right.
So, and then, back then, you actually knew how to cope with a decision with a woman versus now,
Right.
these kids don't know how to cope. That's why you have all these bullies, all this cyberbullying. I mean, back then, the way you dealt with something, hey, look, let's talk outside. Let's take care of this situation right now. Oh,
Correct.
no, the first thing we doing, I'm going to the principal office.
Because
I'm
you text
telling
me.
on you. Yeah, man,
You
come on
snitch.
now.
You text me something that hurt my feelings. I mean, first of all, I ain't
Every
gonna
day at
text you
school,
what hurt your
after
feelings.
3 o'clock, the bell rung, it was a fight.
That's right. Because you done talked all that mess.
Let's take care of our differences.
We're about to find out. Now,
Exactly.
see, one thing I did like about that, and it wasn't about bullying. It's just about if you disrespect it, you got to be dealt with.
Exactly.
So you running your mouth and you talking all that. All we said, we're gonna see how much energy, how much sustaining power you have at 3 o'clock.
I had it longer than 3 minutes then too.
See, you can fight longer.
Yeah, I can fight.
Okay, because I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't.
I had them. I had some fights only last that long.
Right now, good 45 seconds. We
Oh
go.
my God.
But after that, yeah, you won.
45 seconds.
45 seconds, I'm gonna give it to you.
What'd you do? Bite him? Shit.
45 seconds, I'm gonna give it to you. After that, after that, I'm done.
Okay.
If the fight lasts longer than 45 minutes, you win.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You didn't win too many. You didn't win too many.
No stamina.
No, none. No endurance, nothing.
Hey, Phil, after you got your behind, after you got your butt whipped, you remember, because you didn't laugh long. So, after you got that.
That's why I don't want to fight now. I'm going to talk my way out. You really have to fight? You really want to fight me? Why? Let's talk about
Okay,
this.
Kevin Hart. Pineapples.
You too big.
I didn't mean it.
Now, I got more than 3 moves. I got 45 hard minutes, but if you last 46, yeah, I'm done. You won. Yeah.
You too big for that.
You did.
Hey, I'm
just fall on somebody.
I'm gonna tell you what God loves. The truth. I ain't got it no more. I ain't got it.
That's what you be telling me.
I ain't got it.
You ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
Okay, you
Well, so let's get back on track.
Okay, yeah, because
Jay, I'm a little interested in your perspective because you've been dating on like both sides. I guess.
Hold on.
Let's
clarify this. What both sides? What both sides? You dating on both sides? Hold on.
No. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Well, you screwed up what?
You said you dating on both sides. I'm trying.
I wouldn't date your ass anyway.
I want to get clarity.
Ain't that much player? Me and AT ain't on one side of the track. Don't mention him. Keep going, bro.
But like I said, when we said the line was smartphones when things change.
Correct.
So you was dating before smartphones, you was dating after smartphones.
I dated throughout.
So throughout. So you probably have the best perspective. And I want to see if I can fill in any holes, but I'm very curious on like what you've seen
You
change over
really
time.
won't be snitching tonight, but okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, you ain't got to
Cause
snitch.
you the oldest. I'm just saying you are. I'm just saying.
You know, I don't think age got a whole lot to do with this, but I got special guest coming in after the break.
You got experience. Yeah,
I think he's gonna break things down in another way
old.
too. But I'm gonna give it to you real quick. How I really feel is like when I was dating younger, I did spend more time trying to get to know a person. We didn't have it so available.
Okay.
One of the things I say about dating later on, it became more easier. Texting changed the game. And I like to say apps made
Netflix
it really change. And when I say apps, not just the swipe. Back when I was growing up, I pretty much had to go to clubs. And when I went to a club, I seen them girls sitting over there at the table. You knew you had to get eye contact and you got to find the right one. Okay? And when you approach that table,
yes, sir,
and you don't find the right one and you get that eye contact and she really digging you, you got 3 other ones there that's going to light your behind up.
Yes, sir.
So you got to have the confidence to walk over there, grab her attention, talk to her just enough to get her away, because you already know she got 3 other people that's all about that safety.
Or either get rejected and go to another table.
You can.
Right.
And that table all go.
I'm just being honest.
So it built up confidence, because again, you didn't know how that was really going to work.
Okay.
So the more you did it, the more confident you felt when you approached somebody. And that right there is different than me going to an app and somebody already told me they like me. Now just remember, when I'm looking at that table, I don't know who like me. I'm just being that hunter. I am going to take mine and say, hey, I hope you like me, because if you don't, you're going to have to. Because you ain't embarrassing me. And you just automatically go. Okay? And that right there is different than what I see today. Because now it's so much easier if you like me. I ain't no effort in this shit. Okay. I like you. You know, it's not as bad as when I used to write them letters. You like me? Circle yes or no. You know, and that was simple. And you sent it to your friends and it got to her. And you get it back, no. Darn. You get it back, yes, hey. Now, you get multiple. Now, see, back then, I'm sending that letter to one person.
Right.
She's saying yes or no to me. Now I got multiple people telling me they like me. So now I can do more than just court. Back then I'm courting just that one person. I'm trying to see if I can get into a relationship with her. I'm trying to do some things. Knowingly, that was one of my goals, but I had to get in order to get there, because most people wasn't just quick to do anything. Now, I got all these, and one of them ain't showing no interest. Okay, back to the left, and we gonna keep swiping on through. Okay, oh, now she's showing me some love. Okay, so now I got 5 or 6 that I'm spreading myself with, and I'm trying to find out who the best out of this 5 or 6 to see who I might want to pick. Now remember, this is back to dating. Back courting is more one-on-one. Dating,
You dating that scale right now.
You have more access.
I mean,
It's
you more
easier to
efficient
date at
than ever.
scale.
you get more efficient, but it takes a lot out of you because again, I always want to get to know a person regardless of they might be easy to smash if they might want to say. My whole thing is nothing all that easy because if I'm going in, I gotta know.
Right.
I'm not just because she's available and she wants to and it's just her night. That don't mean it make it mine. Because I value me. So she can tell me anything she wants. I'm going to lead because I know a conversation and I know where I want to be. If she got to lead me, I'd probably lead on out. Because my whole thing is if it ain't with me and it ain't a vibe, why am I doing it? It's a waste of my time. But you got to have that confidence in you because most people are just happy to be with somebody. But if you don't understand you, then you'll get away from that. I don't need somebody just to make me feel good, to validate me. If you can't validate yourself, I promise you, she gonna play you. Because they play off your confidence.
Yep.
And if it ain't there, they gonna play you because you ain't got it. And a lot of people call it the Mac, the swagger. No, it's bigger than that. Because again, are you going somewhere? Most people want to be with somebody that has that leadership, that they can see them being something.
Right.
Don't get me wrong now, they could just be horny.
Right.
Yeah.
And that could just be that moment. But if past that moment it was good, it'd be nice to know he has something going on besides 3 minutes. Boom.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm just saying how, to 3 minutes, and she was like, well, if you had something that was going on, it might have been worth it. But 2.5 and you sleep.
I ain't sleep. Not yet. I'm dozing.
That was
That's just in his spirit.
Yeah, I'm dozing though.
Well, we're going to get back to this because, again, I got some special guests in the building and we're going to get their points of view. He might entertain y'all with some blessings of some things, but I can't force him to do anything. His presence is all that matters. And I ain't going to say who he is because I mentioned it earlier, but you're going to actually see him as soon as we get back. Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay. Special guest in the building. We got my man TR380. And I said he was gonna make it. The man always come through like he always says. I'm proud of you, man. I've seen your music out there. I was listening to it on YouTube. I shared it on my page. And that's what we gotta do more of. Share, like. And that way we can get more out there. But that's my celebrity tonight. Yeah, that's TR. He gonna handle his. But since you in the building.
The future boy.
That's right.
I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright, so what we talking about?
Well,
man?
tonight we talking about old school dating versus new school dating. And I gave a little bit of an example
You
to
do
me.
I got an old soul though, so I can kind of,
You got both ways.
I
Float.
can float. I
Oh,
can
okay.
tread water,
Well, all right. Well, we're going to have you float a little bit. Because I gave a little bit of mine about how I used to talk on the phone and get to know a person. Even today's time when they got the apps. And even with the apps, don't get me wrong, even though they make it easy, I mean, I have to make it easy.
Right.
I can still start a conversation, have a conversation, and respect the person, not just by a picture, but understand.
Right.
One of the things I can tell you by me dating a lot and seeing a lot of pictures, don't fall in love with a picture when you don't even understand the person.
Man.
And that's one of the
I'm
problems when you
still
look at it
swiping.
and you
Don't
like
see
it.
nothing I don't like. I like.
And when you do like, you still don't know.
I want to comment on that because they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but you gotta, when you look at something, you have your own interpretation. Those moments, that energy that's captured in that picture, they can be lively. They gonna remember that moment, so they gonna go back to whatever they was going through when they look at that. They don't know that they transferring that energy once they take that picture and post it as a profile. So now they setting up these traps. They setting up these baits or these lures to draw you in, because these are my best moments. But you don't know what's going on. It's deeper than the surface. Deeper than the surface. So
I agree with that.
a lot of those profile pictures, a lot of that, it just
Exactly.
be clickbait. It be clickbait. It be
It's all a profile.
It can be a video on how to make $1 million, but the way they're gonna draw your attention in you gonna have a female twerking at the beginning, or she might be about to show her, you know what I'm saying, take her top off and it go into the video. They done just captured your attention and now it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Change the game. Let alone, let's not forget the catfishing.
Mm.
That's right. We'll call some folks out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all need to stop it too. That ain't right. You know you don't look nothing like that, and you get to know a person because a person like me ain't quick to meet you. So we talking all the time, and you ask me how I'm doing. It's all great, and I'm seeing this picture of you, and you know damn well it ain't you. Then I meet you, and you be like it shouldn't matter. It's all about how much we talk. Well, you talked up a lie. You showed me a picture, and then I put that picture with that voice, and then you ain't even that. And then you want me to continue on when I'm already feeling that you ain't real. You are not a person of what I don't. That's one thing to wear, you know, them broom eyelashes. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the broom ones. Them ones that can slap you when they blink. this knock your hat off. knock their own wig off. It was ridiculous. You know, when you doing all that extra and then you take it off and be like, would you feel differently now? Because I had one who was talking to me and she just like this getting old and just took it off. Like, you gotta warn me. You just gotta warn me. I mean, it's one thing you
talk to a whole other person.
Yeah, she just like she said it was getting hot, so she just took it off and was looking at me like, why I'm looking surprised because I ain't know all that.
See, me and the roommate was just talking about this, right? It's kind of like on topic but off topic. It's about females like wearing a lot of makeup. Like, so when women are not, you know, comfortable in their skin, and not saying that women that wear makeup aren't comfortable necessarily, but you go too far. Once you put all the different colors in the foundation and I gotta blend my face to this, like you a whole different skin tone now, right? Mm-hmm. So we get a liking for this image that you portraying, because this is your. I'm finna pop out, I'm showing my best self, I'm finna go live my best life. Like you said, they got the lashes, they got the eyebrows done, hair on fleek, you know, they say face beat, that's what they call it. But then when you go home, the face be beat for real once you take off all the makeup.
It's like this right here.
Bing, 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 Tyson fight.
I put this piece of paper on your face.
Man.
And it's not the same color of white.
Man.
We got problems.
No, I got one better for you.
Cause that's your representative. That's not you.
I went out with somebody and we had a great time. And she fell asleep and woke up.
And she
looked at me and she was like, what's wrong? I said, I guess I fell in love with the pillow. And she said, what you talking about? Because I want to hear your face. I don't know who you are. But we need to get back to, why is it down there?
Not up there.
Why did it come off?
That's not me.
That wasn't right. Then she gonna look at me, you about to take the pillow with you?
At least get some stuff that's gonna stay on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you know? It need to be able to wash off, but don't just let it come off. No, I had a situation one time though, like I was just in a club, I was vibing. This was after one of my performances or whatnot. And this girl, she was like, you know, we making eyes at each other across the club the whole time, not knowing, you know. It's like, all right, I'm gonna say something to her, but I gotta find the right moment. She with a whole nother person. Like, so dude feel disrespected, he feel real upset, he feel violated because she you know, she on my nuts hard.
Sound like
so I'm like,
beats me. Every night I got
I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna involve myself, one, because you disrespected him, which means that you looking for some type of attention. You like that drama. So if I step to you in this fashion, I know that this man gonna feel some type of way. He not even fighting me for you. He fighting off the principle of his honor and his respect. Like, dang, she was with me. Like, and sometimes, you know, females choose up or whatnot, but long story short, she just was like, no, I really just sing your music. I like your music or whatever because I know who you are. Can I get a picture? Laid her head on my shoulder, right? I got on this silk shirt that I got from Italy. I ain't never been to Italy, y'all.
But that's all right,
you know
though. That shirt was.
Somebody that went, one of my art teachers from back in the day, she went, brought me back some souvenirs or whatever. So I was real fly this night.
Right.
She put her face on my shirt and my shirt was never the same. I couldn't,
It didn't wash out.
like I couldn't get her eyebrow off my shoulder. Like I'm dead ass for real. Like it was just stuck there. Like
He mad. He's still mad. Every time you look at that shirt, she didn't have to do that.
yeah, man. So it's like, you know, just be yourself. I feel like if you could step into any setting and you could be truly your authentic, genuine self, and people accept you for that, then you would get a lot better. You'll get a lot better response from people. You would get a lot more honest response from people versus, you know, this fabricated, made up, or I only like you because you got on the Rolex or you got on the chain, or I like your hair right now, but when you take it down in the morning, when you take that wig off, is you gonna look the same? Like,
No,
you know.
she not.
It changes the game.
See, but another statement that we said is like, if you born as an ugly ass dude, you cannot change your face. Like it's not really many enhancements that we can do as males. To
I mean, now you know you can get hair pieces.
That's just a hairpiece. If you ugly, it's just a hairpiece of an ugly dude.
I'm just saying we can get hair pieces now.
see, but
I mean, I'm not.
we ain't. I mean, it ain't too much out there that can really change the way that
You
we.
ain't gonna get you no fade, Phil.
Nah, I can't get no fade. I can't get no fade.
Alright, man.
It's gone.
You might as well go and
It's-
get. Hey, you know they
it's
doing.
gone.
You know they doing the graphs for $2,
No,
right?
it's-
$2 a follicle.
No, it's gone.
So you good
It's
with it.
gone.
You good.
Man.
Feel good
I'm
with it.
dead in the
He
water.
said them things sealed up. Look.
Look, what the good Lord blessed me with is what the good Lord blessed me with.
Alright.
No enhancements, nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it still grows
I ain't
somewhere.
going to the doctor. I ain't getting no bicep implants. I ain't getting no chest
You ain't
implants.
gonna get no little hair tonic.
You would be surprised the
No.
lengths that people go to, you know,
No.
because we do live in a social media age now.
Because they are shallow.
I mean, I would say insecure, because shallow is you only so deep, you only this deep.
Yeah,
You know,
you shallow. You,
But insecure is more like, okay, it's way deeper than this. I'm
that's
only
not
putting on this
insecure.
part,
That's no confidence.
which is
You don't have
insecurity.
confidence in
if you're
yourself.
if you're not
You gotta
confident
have
about one of your,
You gotta have self confidence.
but we saying the same thing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
We saying the same thing.
It is. And I believe it's twofold. But one of the things I'll tell anybody is, if you got to do some things to make yourself feel good, just don't overdo it.
Right.
I mean, that's some of the things that I'll see. I mean, if you a wig or not, my whole thing is don't put on a wig that you know good and well makes you look ridiculous.
Man.
And then I'm mad at some of y'all women's friends, cause y'all let them walk out the house with that shit. Cause you walking with it and you're laughing and you ain't saying nothing. I was with him. I was at the store. And the girls was back there rolling, but they was with her. So that's what made me look. And I was like, oh no. I'm talking about this. She was out there, right? I won't describe her because she might live near me and she might watch the show. And if she do, she should have known damn better. I mean, that blue hair and them and them green lips.
You done
I
snitched
mean,
already. You done snitched already.
well, she knew what she had on.
And then you described that full.
And then had
already.
on like a purple outfit. I mean, she fucked Barney up. Barney did that.
Barney mad at him.
What? He said, I wouldn't even do that.
Barney said you just.
And she walking around and she loud in the store. And they rolling. And I'm sitting there like, those are your friends? I mean, because they helped me notice her. And I'm like, wow. But again, I would like it if my friend would say, hey, you know, that don't really look good on you.
So some people get a kick out of, you know, having that third wheel, you know, that spare tire. That's what I can call them. You know, because that's the one that you get out the trunk. They still riding with you, but you only gonna bring them out on a special occasion. You know,
Well,
Nah,
you
it's only
bring them
because
out
they
on
make
one of
you
the
look
tires.
good.
Yeah,
You know,
that's the
It's
to me
only
that's
because
the
they
back.
make you look good.
That's back when you
I mean,
look at your
that
friends and evaluate.
that
Do they
just-
tolerate me or do they celebrate me? That ain't no celebration if they let you go out like that.
Now, see,
They tolerate you because
you gotta look at what's going on.
think about a Bentley with a spare tire on it. You got 3 good tires and you got a spare tire.
Bentleys don't even come with spare tires.
They sure shouldn't.
They so should, but that's the purpose.
But that's the whole thing.
the
You can
point.
put one on it.
Yeah.
It come with it.
Look, the reason that they have the ones like that where they laugh at and bring them along is because they have some issues and some insecurities, and they don't have self-confidence. So they gotta have somebody with them that don't look as good as them. So therefore, when you go into the club, you see all Medusas And then you got, oh, okay, you with Medusa, but you look good. So therefore I get chose before she does. That's the way it happens.
I mean, I've seen it because we worked in the club for a long time.
Oh,
We got to give shouts out to 112. So we seen some of the hottest things happening up in there. So one of the things I got to say is yes, I've noticed that as well. But what I really didn't like is when your friends don't look out after you. You remember, like, there's times where we got to pull them out the bathroom.
Yeah.
Their girlfriends are left.
Yeah.
That's what kind of friend is that? When they just leave you there,
They're not your
knowing
friend.
you ain't even your right state of mind. That's kind of sad. And I've seen that happen several different times. And one of the things I tell anybody, you got to start looking at who you rock with, who's right next to you.
Exactly.
Is they encourage you or they taking from you?
Right.
A lot of times you just don't want to be alone. Sometimes you need to be alone to realize what's around you.
Exactly.
That's why I'm single right now. Sometimes I need to work on myself. And don't be scared to do it. I date. But one of the things I always got to do is I got to wake up and realize where I'm at, where I want to go. And I got to focus on my drive, where I want to be before I try to just shack up with somebody and lead them nowhere.
Right.
I have to have a destination. I have to be motivated. It ain't my car, it's my drive. Because no matter what I jump into, don't ever let that fool you. Because I used to drive a van for the longest, and it was embarrassing too. I used to pull out in traffic like soccer dad. Phil talked about me, and it was bad when your boy talked about you. He was like,
that wasn't even me talking about.
It was you.
I just co-signed a couple of times.
But then you went and bought a Subaru.
He said
I mean, I thought I was bad. I'm in this minivan, and you pull up with a Subaru, act like you hard. I'm like, you went from a pickup to a Subaru, and you talking about me?
Really?
You the only one I seen in it. I mean, your kids don't even want to ride with you. We ride with mommy.
Oh, we snitching now.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't want to ride with you. One time I was like, drive mine.
Oh, we snitching now.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, but you still rocking, man.
Kinda.
Kinda.
We kind of.
I mean, it's Ducati up in here, but
okay.
I'm telling it all.
So you said something that kind of just struck my interest though.
What's
You
that?
said it's my drive, not my car. Because
Exactly.
but if we go back to the topic at hand and being the old school dating versus the new school dating, like it is a lot of technology involved that takes away from interpersonal communication, where people don't like to build relationships no more. They don't like to communicate. If I could just send you a text and say hi or hey what's up or pull up, and we don't have to communicate no more, that saved me 3 hours of courting you, as you would call it,
Right.
or conversing or trying to convince you that this is the move versus, oh, okay, I see what you got going on. I seen your house on Snapchat because you always snapping. Oh, y'all got some bottles in the crib. My peoples want to come get messed up, so they gonna come and try to parlay on what y'all got going on. Now, what I can say is, with me being such an old soul, like the internet dating is not really for me. So all the Tinders and the this, that, and the third. Now, Facebook been popping
Right.
since it's been popping.
Yeah, Instagram too.
Since
So-
Facebook.
So my Facebook was kind of different once I blew up. Once I went viral, like females just left and right. I'm talking about
DM?
What touchdown passes, like not even catching them, because I'm just thinking like, man, if you would do this just based off of the numbers, like you think because I got a couple million views that I got a couple $1 million, and that's not the case.
No.
So you exposing yourself to me for a gain, but what are you gonna gain at the end of the day? And if I'm not a real person or a real individual to tell you like, respect yourself or just look, because some of them I'm like, damn, like hold on, hey bro.
I'm gonna check you out.
Man,
Don't get it twisted. I ain't gonna lie. That wasn't my deal, but it be
hey, some of it, I'm telling you, and
Wow.
it be like a lot of temptation, but then it go back to my moral upbringing and my principles. Like, I'm not finna allow you to pull me into something that I know is just smoke and mirrors. I know this is a fantasy that you trying to lead me on. You trying to take me on a mental adventure. That's what I call it. Like, so now that I see that you're not stimulating me mentally, the only thing I can get from you is the physical stimulation. And that kind of create a separation between me and the people I pursue, because
That's
I like brain food,
right.
Exactly.
like,
Then you ain't really getting fed. But your
Right.
body. Well, Phil's body ain't gonna get fed because he got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Ain't
That's all
nothing
you
getting
need.
fed.
that's fast food.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
you need.
Ain't no soul food. That's
That-
bad
that-
food.
that's-
Phil said he picked his up at racetrack.
And look,
Fast as fast as take you to fill up.
calm down. By the time I get to the car, I'm done. I'm good.
Got him a quick fountain drink.
What?
Yeah.
Look,
Quick
Fast-
fountain drink.
Fast as you can pump
Yeah, I like
gas.
that.
yeah. Y'all some food.
And saying, but one of the things that we really trying to point out is just that mental stimulation. It's one of the things that we talked to before, to being able to enhance a situation.
Right.
Now again, when I like to say because of the apps in today's time, people want it quick. Phil just told me 3 minutes. I don't know how many people
3 minutes.
would guarantee
That's
3,
all we-
but I
that's
will
all.
say there's some
3
people that say they ain't got time for all that. They ain't got time for the movies. They just want to, and I hear it more now in the newer school. We just want Netflix and chill.
Yeah, but that's the difference between.
You gotta have internet at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your priorities. My brother, hey man.
Ain't trying to watch Netflix on the hot spot.
Hey, you know,
That boy be buffering that boy. Man,
loading like nah.
this movie done took 10 hours.
It's a whole different situation, you know. So it's like
I'm
it's
done.
like really having your priorities in line. You gotta have yourself
I'm
together
done.
before you can deal with anybody. Like I'm 24. I'll be 25 in April. Since I came out here in 2017, I've had 2 spots. And it ain't nothing to brag on, but I'm about to move into a 3-bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know,
I'm upgrading. I'm elevating. But at the same time, it's like I wouldn't want to bring a female to my crib or to my homeboy crib if I'm sleeping on his couch, or if that's not, if my spot is not secured, and it's like I want to be able to walk around the castle like, this is my jungle. I'm the lion in the jungle. Like anything in here is free game for me. So with me having that type of mindset, like I attract different types of women, I attract different types of situations to myself, to where like they be like, oh, you a young bull with your head on straight. I got a job. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got focus coming at you.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story though, man. We gonna dial them down because I just took the batteries out the remote and I don't think I'm gonna put them back in for a minute.
But you got internet at your crib.
Man, good internet.
Hey, I got that. Yeah, I had to too. I had to upgrade.
I'm telling you,
I had that dish.
yeah,
Yeah, that dish. Every time it rained, boy, I was in trouble.
man.
You couldn't watch nothing. Everything freeze up.
He got that good 560, man.
Man, I had to go all the way.
high click. One click gets you there.
Come on, I had to go. And again, even though I moved that up, please understand, even when I used to hear about the Netflix and chill, and that's more today's time, when I hear the Netflix and chill, I like when somebody doesn't it, we can do Netflix and chill, but it ain't gonna be the Netflix and chill you talking about.
Right.
See, that's where you get the old school with the new school.
Right,
I can move a situation that you might give me, but I'm gonna still present myself.
right.
When you say Netflix and chill, it's fine. But that don't mean it might end the way you think. Just because that's the swagger of what people say just to smash, that doesn't mean that's what I have to go with. But I like the fact that that's the lingo. That's instead of just saying, some people say it's just say it. I just want to have sex. I just want to F. My whole thing is, you can say it to the wrong person and be offensive.
Right.
If you at work, and since I own a business, I'll be telling you, you're getting fired.
Yeah.
You got code of ethics and things like that. It's something that's not going to be tolerated. But if a person came up to somebody and talked about Netflix and chill, they can get them over that because it's a common slang word,
Right.
and people just commonly know what it, and it's not as offensive.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna talk something like that and you're gonna be in an open place, I would say use things that's so not offensive. That's not offensive to a lot of people, but then anybody know what it is can shoot you down real quick and shoot you them.
Right.
Now I've had people that mention that and it still went somewhere from it. It's up to you. And my whole thing is when you're grown, I don't look at a timeline when you want to because I don't care if the 90-day rule. My whole thing is, do you feel comfortable?
Right.
That's one thing I told my daughter.
That's
I
what
don't
it's all
care.
about.
No, it's don't do it. If you don't feel it, don't do it. Okay? That's number one thing. Because if he thinking after 90-91 he gonna get it anyway, he a fool. You ain't show no nothing for her to do anything.
And that's what I want to say. Like, just give me something to build on. You gotta enhance me as a person. Like, I got all this going on for myself. I've opened companies, a publishing company. I formulated an LLC for my T-shirt print company. Like, I've been doing a lot of things independently for myself since 2014.
All right.
So with with me having this already established, I got a different mindset. Like if you're not bringing nothing to the table, you know, it's a chair there for you. The table already set. I got the dishes, I got the utensils and everything. I really done brought my side of the meal. All you gotta do is ask for flavor, you know.
If you can ask.
If you, now,
Yeah.
Before we go there, we gonna come back.
Yes,
We gonna come back because I want to know about that flavor.
Yes, sir.
Because you know everybody don't got it. Some people still drinking that red Kool-Aid. That's all they know. So we're gonna see if we can change it up. And we'll be right back. Somebody said he already had the table, he had the plates.
Oh yeah.
He was looking for the taste.
Man.
So I was
Need
trying
that
to
seasoning.
get that seasoning and that taste back. Because I was mentioning Kool-Aid. And, you know, Kool-Aid man ain't hitting on everybody.
One of my
Everybody can't make Kool-Aid.
and one of my
What?
songs, it's called Sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the lyrics is, you say you got the sauce, but I'm the one with the ingredients. Like,
Mhm.
I know how to put it together. You can be sauced up all day, but if you don't know how to organize it, if you don't know how to put it together, if you don't know how to maximize on what you got, you know, make the most out the least, like minimize to maximize, then you don't really know what you're doing. Shout out to Jazz watching. We real flavorful though, man. Like I said, it's a big table. It's a lot that people need to contribute when it comes to this table because I do have a lot going on, and I just refuse to be the one to stand by and let a person use me or let a person you know what I'm saying, benefit off of my hard work. It's just like if a female was staying with me, or if I was staying with a female inside of their house, inside of their residence, they would expect me to pay something.
Right.
Of course.
You can't stay up in this house and you laid up and you do. But as soon as you stay with me, oh, I'm supposed to be the man. I'm supposed to be the breadwinner. I'm supposed to take. Nah, it's like it got to be something reciprocal. It got to be something. We got to be equally yoked for one, and we also have to be in alignment with our goals, and we have to set that to create opportunities for ourselves because it's a dog-eat-dog world. And if you ain't, I can do bad by myself. So
Right.
if I feel like you bringing me down, or if I feel like I have to go the extra mile to make sure that we straight because, you know, you don't know what you're doing or you're not as prepared as I am, then I don't want to be in that situation.
True.
Totally. Because one of the things I say is, again, when you do got a table and you are bringing something, I'm not always looking for the same.
Facts.
I'm not looking for you to put your table on top of my table, your plates on top of mine. I'm not looking to compound like that. I want to see how we can work together from where you at. Can we grow? And a lot of times with good communication, I can see it faster than the fake. You know, you come over there with a facade like, oh, I got just as much to you, but you ain't really got a lot to add.
Right.
And again, because a lot of people know I can fake it till I make it. And if I can fake it to make you feel like I got it,
Man.
and then I can take yours and now we have it because you already got it. Okay, well that's just a user. Okay, and there's a lot of people out there that use all the time. And my whole thing is even the users, please understand, you won't like it when you get used. Because karma is a mother. And it comes so many different ways. But I'm not asking nobody to help nobody. I've went out with people that didn't have it. But it was, I ain't gonna just say broke. They was just in a situation where they was back on their come up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I like to look at them. They was back on their come up. I never judged them, and they always had a problem with me because they was like, "Why would you even talk to me? You know, I was down and I was out." And I was like, "Well, even first of all, if you keep talking like that, I won't be.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because if you understand me, you understand. I believe in encouraging.
Right. And I ain't
I don't
judging
have
for
to
your
down you
situation.
because of your situation. Because you ain't got this. Don't mean I
'Cause
have to look.
everybody ain't able.
You still a person.
Exactly.
You're a person that has the energy that I like, a vibe that I feel. So I don't have to worry about can you match what I have. I'm not looking for you to match me, but if you can get back into you, you will help me.
Man,
You will
yeah,
encourage
keep it
me.
moving,
You
keep it moving. That's the motto. That's the slogan. That's
Come
the
on.
mission statement. Everything. Like if you, like I said, if it's not enhancing what you got going on, then you don't need it. Like you can be a detriment to yourself by allowing yourself to keep being in these situations. You the reason why your life has been going on a downward spiral. You know, because you keep allowing this same mindset to control you. You keep allowing these same things to manifest. So you gotta look, you gotta think different, you gotta put yourself out there differently to be received different by different people.
And I agree. And that's why I tell people to watch it.
Right.
But understand you best before you start judging others.
Exactly.
Because we get into a judgmental world. The newer
Judge not.
situation is all on judgment. You know, they look at you and they judge you by how you dress, what you got on. Do you know, like me, y'all normally see me with a chain. You know, I'm throwing a little chain on, a little bling bling because I see this on TV, and I'm like, okay, that's the new little look. Okay, everybody want to do the little bling bling. You can do all that, but please understand, there's a lot to go with it. So I don't do this out in the open too much. I do it on the show all day long for you. I give you whatever you want, but when you see me out on the street, you ain't gonna see me like this. Because I ain't trying to get you to rob me. I don't need you to take nothing
For
from me.
real though.
I need you to realize
Exactly.
this right here is entertainment. When I get out on the street, I already know what's out there. Because you come, I'm packing. All right, I carry mine. I'm gonna keep it 100 because again, I carry too much to be losing mine for some foolishness. Being honest, I go to the gun range. You already know what I do.
Oh yeah.
You carry? You know what I got?
You talking about
You know my 3 biggest stuff. You know what I know. You carry? What? Concealed all day, bro.
Hey,
I'm licensed. Cobb County, baby.
I can
You,
see
you don't want to roll up on this.
Oh,
Man.
I ain't
All
gonna
that
be
fighting, them days over.
That's why I said I got 45 minutes for you.
You're 45.
minutes.
Yeah,
You said
45
minutes.
caliber. We talking about 45 caliber. I got
Actually, it's
357.
45. Actually, it's 45 seconds.
It's 45 seconds.
I'm just joking.
That's what it squeeze
I,
up all
I
around.
tried to make it look good.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
okay.
everybody watching, man.
Well, again, you know, you gotta hold yourself. And
I'm
again,
there too.
45 seconds. That's all I want to get.
back to the
Start
old
the
to the
clock.
new. I just want to make sure
That's it.
people look at
Ain't got
what
no
are we
minutes.
doing. And
Thank
one of the
you.
things that I want to make sure I throw out there is to the new is dating.
Okay.
Okay, the word dating alone. Because remember, back in our time, our dating was more like courting.
Right.
It was more one-on-one. You dated one person at a time. Not saying that they didn't cheat and all that stuff going on, because everybody know. Reality, yes. They dated more than one. We know that. But I'm just saying, a lot of times, it started with more one-on-one. You talk to a person, you pass the note to one person. You didn't pass 5 notes around.
Yeah,
Asking everybody, you pass one. Now, you in a situation where
You can
I-
pass 10 notes and
But-
be discreet.
You can pass that same note, copy and paste.
Yeah,
Because that's what it's
you-
called,
you-
sliding in somebody's DM.
Exactly.
You get that
you can
same.
hit. You can
it's
hit.
a lot easier.
Hey, you
You can hit. You can hit.
Because I ain't got to write it.
Look, you can hit 100 people and get the response because back then you couldn't do that. I mean, because the availability wasn't there.
See,
the
you really
technology
had to
was.
talk to people. That's the
Exactly.
thing,
You had to get to know.
interact.
But the thing is, back in the day, it was, to me, I say dating somebody back then was a lot better because you actually knew what to look for. You had signs that, like now. Prime example, I still use old school dating methods. If I take you out on a
Wait, the
date,
gas station?
no, check it. If I take you out on a date and I open the door for you,
Mhm.
and you don't lean over to open the door for me, I know you're selfish.
She probably didn't want you to get in. Leave you up.
Nah,
Did you pick up everybody at 7-Eleven?
No, I'm just saying, if I come to you to take you out on the date, and I open the door and I walk around the car, and you don't lean over to open the door for me, I know you're selfish.
Well, I feel right in for you. You probably don't care.
Well, I know.
Yeah, I'm
but
about to
I'm
say,
just saying.
Give it 3 minutes. You
It's just signs that you were looking for back then when you were
Right.
dating, versus now it's like,
Now you got to
You-
think about the culture though too.
yeah, the culture has changed.
Like so
The dating culture has changed.
we haven't-
It's totally different now.
I mean, as far as manners and as far as like respect, I was raised on respect and my peoples was big on principles and morals. We was
Yeah.
big on our morals. But
Mhm.
at the same time, like you can't judge a person for what they don't know.
Right.
And if they don't know to lean over and open their door and you tell them or you trying to put them on game, that's you putting in effort to elevate them. Like let me make you better. Let me bring you into my world. I'm finna spice up your cup of tea
but
right quick.
that's the difference between old school dating and new school dating.
So you gotta use them old school tactics with the new school flavor, That's why you got
Yeah,
a young
yeah,
boy like me
yeah.
to come telling the game right quick. Stop playing with me.
All right.
You gotta teach them the game and show them the game.
See, look, I am the game.
I'm just
I
asking.
am the game.
I'm just
I
asking.
am the game. So
You gotta teach them and show them
So
the
like,
game.
if you don't like I said, you can't judge a person for what they don't know.
Right.
So if I'm in a situation where I've never had to do this before, or I've never been exposed to this type of thing, then
Exposure is everything.
it's only natural that I react the way that I react, regardless of how that is. But if I know better, if I've been exposed, say this one situation is the catalyst to teach me that the next time this happens, this is what I need to do. Like it, you learn from repetition. You learn from being in that situation more than once. Yeah, you gotta be. You gotta be the.
Not
you gotta
all the
be.
time.
Why not?
Why so?
If you don't be a who is,
Anybody can be the catalyst.
control the situation.
Yeah, that means you're a control freak.
No, it's not
You don't
necessarily.
think so?
Not necessarily.
How you figure that?
I just
If you
feel
say
like-
I am the game, that means you're the catalyst and you want to control everything.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No?
Because the
you
game,
sure?
the game requires more than one person. You feel me?
No, not necessarily.
So if you got a board, if you got a Monopoly board, you can't play by yourself.
That's only one game.
That's only one game, but how many?
That's-
What we ain't playing
that's-
solitary. We ain't playing with no cards.
Yeah, but you can play solitaire by yourself.
Yeah, solitary is a solitary game.
That's like
It's
solitaire.
solitary, you
But
know.
it's still a
It don't-
game.
It don't involve
And it's a
nobody
game
else.
that can
It's
enhance
still a
you
game.
by
See,
yourself.
He trying to play on the words. Me and him always had this look. I gotta
Hey,
put him
you
on
know-
blast right quick. You see his head shining.
That's his brain. We just-
Look,
That's the brain. What you
and
talking
that's
about?
why I'm not buying the
Man.
$2.
Oh,
My
Lord.
last $2. I'm not
Now,
gonna lose.
let me bring it back with y'all because again, he said you want to control everything, control free. I like to say sometimes I like to control my destiny. I like to be able to be in control, and if you don't understand what goes on, you will be led.
Right.
And at that point, you're no longer in control. One of the things I used to like about Phil never liked to be pulled. Because I'd be like, Phil, you need to go do this because you wilding out. You're doing it. You know, but you're trying to help out. Not like the friends I was seeing that wasn't trying to explain. I was trying to pull Phil in a better direction because I was seeing him acting a little bit reckless. But I didn't understand Phil at that time. And Phil was like resisting everything that I'm trying to give him, but I'm trying to be helpful. He knew I was trying to help, but he didn't care. He was like, I don't like this. I don't like it. And I'm sitting there like, Phil, you going down a path that you already know because your past speaks for itself. Come on now, let's go.
Yeah.
And he automatically gonna give you that resistance. It's like, no, I'm steering this. Now, when I stopped and I realized, him, you gotta learn your people. I came behind him. And you gotta start encouraging him,
Right.
push him.
So I
At that
push
point, he's
instead
still
of pull.
driving, and he cool with it because he's steering. He don't like to be pulled. He like to be pushed. Because his whole thing is he like to be encouraged. Because he know to make the right decision, he doesn't always want to.
Right.
He like to be stubborn. So when you pull him, he's stubborn, he hitting the brakes.
Right.
Now you stopping all forward movement. We ain't getting nowhere. And as far as he concerned, because you ain't recognizing how to handle me.
See,
So
and that
watch your
go
feet.
towards it's something called love language, right? And
Exactly.
it ain't necessary. I mean, it's with anybody and everybody that you deal with, any type of interaction with another person is a relationship. I don't care what nobody say. Like if I'm talking to bro with the camera and you know we got a relationship going, like we talking to each other on a business level, on a just a friendly level, whatever it may be. But if I understand that he don't like it or he don't like people talking when they come in the room because the camera can pick that up, like that would be a benefit to the relationship if I didn't talk when I came in the room versus if I talked. That would be a hindrance. That would be me pulling on him because now he got to take his attention off of what he's doing, And
Exactly.
if you
he
apply that
edited
to
my product.
right,
You get tired of editing my product. I
Right,
understand.
so it's definitely knowing how to communicate with people. You got to know how to be diverse in your
Communication.
verbiage.
And I like to tell you a lot of times, and I've done this as a manager, and you gotta give seminars. Before I even got to the seminars, I had to teach the drivers. I had to do drivers courses.
Gotta know your people.
You gotta know your people, and you gotta understand communication goes a lot of different ways, and everybody do not understand just because you say it.
Right.
Yep.
And a lot of times you are putting things out there, and you feel like everybody have a full understanding of what you're saying, but everybody interprets things differently.
It's all about the
And
delivery.
if I'm watching a person look at me with a puzzled face, I have to change up my deliverance.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, you don't have to, but please understand, if you care for that person to understand you, you need to.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't act like you a leader and you don't understand these qualities because you're not a leader.
See, but a
And
lot
if
of
you're a
leaders lead
manager-
by the example.
Right. But if you're a manager, it won't matter. Because a manager and a leader is totally different. Let me tell you the difference. A manager does processes. That's all they do. They manage processes. That's why they're a manager. A leader understands you and go try to lead you to a better you.
Exactly.
That's a person that's going to give you a better performance, or a performance you might not like, but they're going to give you things on that piece of paper that you can improve, that he can see in you, that he can encourage you to do things in a way. Now, some people encourage you just to make their bottom line, their boss. Don't ever get it twisted. Everybody's out for capital gain. But I wrote things down that had nothing to do with my gain. It was their growth.
Right.
Their growth meant more to me than just my bonus.
Because you know, at the end of the day, if they are dysfunctional, then your company is going to be dysfunctional.
Well, hell,
If
it's
they
always
grow-
that way.
See,
All
but if they
companies
grow,
are
if you encourage them to grow, then that will solidify the process more. You wouldn't have to worry about certain things. Now,
Exactly.
now you enhancing the whole operation instead of breaking it down, instead of diminishing it.
Let me help you out even
Process.
better. There's been many managers that everybody say was just a good manager because of the bonus and all that. I made a lot of my bonuses. I did good. Being a leader, I was able to go places and somebody was happy to say that's my boss.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm going somewhere and they treat me like a celebrity because they looked at me as a person that knew them,
Right.
that encouraged them. Now my whole thing is there's situations where I had to let people go. And I had to bring them in my office. I never had to belittle somebody even though I had to do something that was very difficult. It was never really easy for me just to let people go, but understand I had to do it many, many different times. And you'll be like, you had to get used to it. No,
Yeah,
I
you never
didn't.
get
But
used
one
to
of the things I can tell you is I handled it because you broke some processes that was against the rules. And I had to discipline you because of what was given to me. And we understood this, and this is what you signed off on. But I didn't have to belittle you.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the situations where I had to do my regular job.
Right.
But ain't nobody ever said I still put a word in because I know somebody else. Because I know you got a family.
Man.
And I don't care for you to be sitting here crying to me about keeping your job. And I already know I can't do it at this point because of what you did. But I can encourage you to go other places. And I can enhance you to tell you some of the things you might want to improve before you go that direction. Because I know you can do this. You just did. You failed at that present situation.
Man.
But just because you failed at it, you got to learn how to get back up. I want to give you that encouragement to get back up because I don't want you to stay down. I want you to feel like this is the only job you could ever
Right,
have.
right.
And now I failed and I have nothing else. No, I didn't bring you on for you to fail. But things might have happened where it led this direction. But I don't have to be that person to step on.
Right.
You know something? You knew better than this. And I expected better. I'm disappointed. I'm looking down on you. Now that person is looking up at you like, who the hell are you?
Like, who-
Because you just totally disrespect me and talk to me down because I'm in a dark place now and you put me here.
Right.
Now when that
I'm
person
looking
see
down
me
on
in
you.
the store, oh, he ain't just my boss. He gonna try to do a wilding out on you.
I'm looking down on you.
So watch how you present things, feeling like you on top of the world.
Now, I do want to say this because this is a real life situation. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I work, you know. But I was at work, and a real life situation popped off, and it was a misunderstanding. Basically, the lady felt like I wasn't doing my part when, in fact, I did majority of the work. So because she was so used to things going a certain way, she never answered the phone 3 times in a row, ever in her life. Because it's, I'm saying this because it's people there that baby her like this. They got that relationship with her to where, oh, you don't have to do any work. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You're this person. So I had to tell her like,
Privilege.
I feel like you are very lazy. I feel like you have become complacent to where you've been here for so long, but you don't understand the process. How is it that I've been here 3 months and I can give you the rundown on the whole process about things that you should have known and you don't know? And she felt like I was trying to belittle her. She felt like I was trying to belittle her, but I felt like she was trying to belittle me by telling me to turn my phone on. My phone has been on. I've answered phone calls, I put in calls. Like if you check the log, you will see the work that I put in. So
Yeah.
a lot of times you don't even have to say nothing. The work can show for itself.
True
But they
indeed.
not gonna go. See, you might have a preference for one of your employees, and no matter what anybody say to you, this person can't do no wrong in your eyes until you see it.
Yeah.
Until you see it and be like, okay, now my supervisor is sitting at her desk. watching her not answer the phone, watching her divert the calls, trying to be slick. And he like, yeah, Trey, go and turn your phone off. You can take a 15. Look, don't even clock out, man. Go get you some lunch or something. Like, what? I'm finna buy in the farthest.
We gonna go to break right there. And see, that's one thing about us. We gonna go to break. I'm telling you, we'll be right back.
With Jay.
My
Man, on our breaks we go long and strong, but we gotta be back. We gotta do some things right now.
That was longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah,
They say I smell like
you
liquor,
know.
I'm snitching.
Yeah,
Man, I
well,
don't appreciate
we ain't trying to snitch on you. And again, one of the things we want to make sure we talk about snitching. We always drink responsible.
Hey,
Please understand.
just for the record, I ain't never told on nobody. You would never see me in a paperwork. Fuck you talking about?
Okay, that's because you're your song.
Yeah, paperwork, nah, that's
But
real life.
again, listen to it
Yeah.
because again, he got real lyrics and he
Really.
deep. But one of the things I always want to say is watch what we do because again, a lot of
Snitching with
people,
your eyes.
a lot of people see us drink, but one of the things we try to do
No,
is drink
you snitch.
responsibly.
You looking?
When you quit over there just snitching and talking,
He still tell-
pay attention. Pay attention. This is a commercial. We drink responsibly. Okay? Number one thing.
Public
Because again,
service
if
announcement.
you're gonna show it, be real with it and understand it.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Right.
when I was on break real quick, C was telling me that we ain't really throw new school a good bone.
Yeah, man.
So I want to make sure I get back with C and try to answer that question. C, what you got with the new school that you feel like we undermined?
What is new school, see?
Hey, watch out now.
Okay, so you're trying to put a definition on it, but I'm gonna
Yes,
just
sir.
say that a couple of things that has come from, I guess you could say, the new school way of dating is, we really taken a step in efficiency by getting rid of people who would waste our time. So you could start a conversation, like you said, you could swipe,
Uh-huh.
but if you real, careful about who you swiping about, you could just get the best of the best. You could get the things that match with you most, and you ain't got to spend a lot of time on the front end even trying to figure out, is this person worth my time?
So you're saying that new school dating is better than old school dating?
I'm not saying it's better, but I'm
It's
saying
more
it
efficient.
definitely has some advantages.
Oh,
It's more
okay.
efficient.
It's more efficient.
You can cast out a net and really get exactly what you like. If you win,
Can I say something?
Okay.
Let me have some fun.
So
No,
you
let me have
throwing a
some
lot
fun.
back?
Let me have some fun.
Somebody farted.
all right.
No,
Hold on.
He said he's throwing
God, nasty.
Yeah, I tell you, it's close to 5 room. Y'all need to watch it. But hold on, let's get back to what he's saying. What I'm hearing is rapid firing, because
So-
now you have an opportunity where you can rapid fire date and you can get better results because now I can easily eliminate quickly compared
it's
to
too
if
long,
if I just court and I do it. It's a more slower motion, old school compared to new school, because new school I can have a better profile, I can throw a better lure, a better catch, and now I can see some results a little bit better and faster, and my results could be quicker. I hear it, and I can't just totally, I can't totally disagree with it, depending on what you put into it. Now remember,
It's your intent.
yeah,
Now you gotta also think that social media is specifically set up for people to seek other people, for people to interact with other people.
Right.
So
True.
I'm setting
Yeah.
my profile up according to the type of people I want to attract. I'm gonna post things like, okay, the females, they want you to subscribe to their OnlyFans, they gonna show you a nipple, or they gonna almost show you a nipple. Like
Okay.
they trying to get you to spend that $2 every Tuesday. Or that,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
$2. What kind of where hell? No, I need to go.
Hey,
Where you be going to? Huh? $2.
Hey,
That's $2 Tuesday.
They
That's
gonna
better
hit
than Taco Tuesday.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. They gonna hit you with that. Subscribe to my OnlyFans or my private channel so fast. You're gonna be like, oh, she got a website. Oh, she doing good for herself. She gonna send you that same video that she just sent 40 other dudes for that same $2. They're gonna turn into $80.
She an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, she what? Selling that thing. She selling that.
Hey.
Wait, hold on.
But the thing is, you have to look at it.
I mean, it's good business.
yeah.
though.
No.
I mean,
But for real though, I want y'all to
think about
subscribe to
it.
my OnlyFans.
It is only $2.
Hey, it's only $2. I'm telling you, I just released a single. It's only gonna be on there. It's only gonna be on there. I'm telling you.
$2.
Shout out to everybody watching, man.
I mean, but
Phil want 3. That's all you gonna get is 3 minutes. He want $3.
I mean, it's safer. She make more money, and she ain't out there on the block.
Well, I mean, now they do got the option to pull up for an additional fee.
Yeah,
If you subscribe for an additional fee, my brother.
I mean, you have an option.
Now I do not
But
condone
if
this zero.
if you just subscribe to the fans only page, I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we know them subscriptions that just got canceled.
No, I wouldn't do it.
It wasn't
Phil.
Netflix.
You know you pull up. You ain't gonna be there 3 minutes.
I ain't gonna subscribe.
Hey, that's
bro.
when
that money out of my pocket.
back page.
It don't cost Dutch. It don't cost much to go Dutch.
Hey,
For
back page.
$3, you ain't done.
Hey,
Did you hear me?
it
Did
don't
you
cost
hear me, my
much to
brother?
go
I
Dutch.
said back page would have worked for you.
No, it wouldn't.
It would. It would
No,
work.
today.
no, it wouldn't.
Back page, up page.
Back page.
Down
this
page.
That page. Black Planet.
No.
Oh, you know what that?
Watch out. Watch
Yeah,
out.
Oh, you know
it
what's
don't
that?
cost
I
much
just
to
look
go
like
Dutch.
this.
Hey, Rock, what's that new one that's out there?
Mimi.
Nah, hell no. You mean what's that other one? What's another one out there, man? You can get all kinds of stuff. Took the page, they took the
What's up, little bro? What's up, big
the
guy?
stands behind all that.
Everybody watching.
Hey, TR.
What's up?
She's saying that you messing up the game.
You messed up the female game, man.
Oh man, see,
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you like this. Hold on, because
So
I
that mean you snitching.
You
snitching.
Look, so she say I'm
You
snitching, right?
snitching. You
No,
snitching.
but I really
You
am.
snitching.
I really am just adapting to the new way to promote yourself, right?
He said he wasn't
if everybody,
snitching. Sound like he
if
snitching
everybody,
to me.
no, check me out.
Oh, okay.
If this is an efficient way to get people to come and subscribe to an exclusive service,
Right.
so my music is exclusive, and if I
Okay.
drop it on my OnlyFans, only my fans gonna get it.
True.
So
But you selling a product.
the product,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
they selling the product too. Those pictures and
Nah,
those videos.
nah, that's a service. That's a service. That ain't no product.
All right, so
That's
the
a
product,
service.
the product is when you pull up.
No, that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Let it-
Because
They
they be
sell
like, you don't pay for it.
service.
They be,
That's a service.
hey, they be like, you can pay.
That's advertisement.
No, they be like, you can pay for my video. I be like, why pay for you? I go to Pornhub.
That's just like pulling up at McDonald's and you see all the things that you can get, and then you be like, okay, yeah, I like that number one. Let me get that number one, and then you pay and you play. They selling the service.
Man. Yeah.
That's all it is.
You're right.
It's marketing.
Supply and demand.
All right,
Yeah, it's marketing. That's
so
it.
meeting supply and demand, where it's at. I know that you want this. I know that you're looking for a particular thing when it comes to me. You know, I know that a lot of females that I've interacted with are looking for. Man, you do not know me.
Not necessarily you.
Nah, not
They
like
just
that.
looking for you to subscribe and pay that $2
Right.
every
Yeah.
Tuesday. They don't care what you look like
And
how
that is
you
true.
dress,
And that is
as
true.
long as every Tuesday
But
they
my
get that
thing-
$2. Hey, how you doing?
That's
You
just
know
like
my boo.
that's just like your cell
No,
phone
no,
bill.
no.
Your cell phone bill is a
Not
service.
really.
That your cell phone bill is a service, right? Regardless
Exactly.
of how much or not that you use your cell phone,
You still
at the
pay
end
that
of the
bill.
month you're
You
going to get
still
this
pay
bill.
it. Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? So it's the same type of concept.
Yeah, it's a service.
It's a service. So
Public service.
doing yourself
announcement.
a disservice.
Is subscribing to it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're doing yourself a disservice by subscribing. But I wanna piggyback on what homegirl said, because she said I'm messing up the game for females. And basically it's like it's too much, it's too many ways to get money out here. When I first released Paperwork, I told my fans to cash out me $1 with their email in the description, and I'll send them an unreleased single. I made over $700 doing that. So I know that an OnlyFans will pop for me. That's like I can niche market my services, and that's all they're doing. They're niche
Exactly.
marketing. You know what I'm saying? This is what I know you like. You gonna follow all these pages with these thirst traps. Of course, they gonna go down and they gonna inbox you to make you feel good about yourself. They gonna tell you
Exactly.
whatever that you need to hear.
They gonna make
So they
you
can-
feel good about subscribing to their service. That's what they do.
So they selling
a service.
a service based off of your emotion, based off of their appeal to you and what you like.
No.
How come?
It's,
Because if a female don't see that you,
they're selling a service so they can get money.
so if you had a plumbing company, would you comment under everybody that had nothing to do with plumbing, or would you?
Why
you know what I'm
not?
saying? Why not?
Why not?
Potential leads.
It doesn't make a difference if it's negative publicity or it's positive publicity.
I mean, I can.
It's still publicity because
You know, I be
you out
here
there.
with you, Phil.
Yeah.
I be here
You out
with you.
there.
Like I be here. I be
You
here.
out
I be
there.
here. Like
yeah.
I feel you, but I don't.
you know what I'm saying?
I like
You know
it,
what I'm
but I
saying? I
don't.
like it and I don't.
But that's why I'm Buddha.
Yeah, because Buddha make
Let me rub my stomach.
he rub your stomach.
That's
you
why
be-
I'm Buddha.
And you be ready to rub your head. What the hell? Got on my nerve.
Like, no, man, no.
And that's one of the difficult things, and that's one of the challenges that I like to say we have to have a conversation. Because one of the things we throw around is from new school dating to old school, but it's really mindsets and how things have changed in
Exactly.
time. But how you
Exactly.
adapt is still gonna be you.
Right.
Because one of the things I can tell you is the phone, and somebody says with the app, it made it too easy. Well, I don't know about too easy.
I
gotta pick
can't
that
subscribe to that.
I want
I can't
y'all to-
subscribe
I say
to
some
too
people,
easy.
it's not me, because I don't have to be judgmental. Some people say it made it too easy. My whole thing is, if I remember my way of raised and how I had to walk over to that table, ain't nothing more easier, because just because you like me don't mean I have to like you.
Right.
It's easy
True.
for a person that don't have an understanding of themselves. Because now it's easy for them because they ain't got to hunt. I'm a hunter. So you liking me, that might make it a little easier for me to see you. But
Right.
that don't mean I gotta like you. I don't have to follow just because you gave me this little link, okay? And that's just me knowing me. I had to go through some things. I went through my own fires and stepped into that table and doing some things. So now this is a nice little tool because I'm able to see some things. But when it comes to selling some things, it's just like everybody else. I got a show. It don't cost you nothing. But everybody don't listen to it. Everybody ain't gonna receive it. I have to market it like anything else.
Right.
But before I ever market it, I gotta achieve it. I have to get it to a potential place for me to feel like I want to market it because I want to put some substance behind
Right.
it. Anybody can talk about anything. All right, and that's where we got a lot of things going on today. But if I can uniquely get it where I give it in a way that more people can receive it, that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm achieving. As I achieve it, I can go out and I can market it because now I have something that I can put out there and I'm comfortable with, and I want to put. But it's not always about a sell. It's about a pitch.
Right.
You gotta have a pitch. It's no different than a song.
That's delivery.
Yeah, see,
That's your
Get it delivered correctly.
See, I have
Get
a
it right,
different-
and then it sells quick.
Right.
But if you just putting it out there like him, just hitting everybody because
Man.
you want exposure. Guess
Alright.
what? If you ain't a good plumber, if you ain't a good person, you just exposing negativity. I don't want the negative. I want the positive result.
I'm gonna give
of
you
a
the
person in
contrast. I'm gonna give you the contrast between old school dating and new school dating. But I'm gonna let you do your thing, Buddha. Go ahead,
Calm
talk to me.
down, Buddha. Buddha, you let the man talk, Buddha.
I have a different spin.
Man,
on-
Buddha, when
New
you let him
school-
talk first, so he can find out. Lord have mercy.
Alright.
That's what old stubborn people.
Yeah,
That's what- and you ain't
exactly.
even old
I'm
yet.
old and ornery.
Old and Andre.
In
So-
3 minutes, you
Yeah.
can't be old honor in
Yeah.
3.
Watch how fast this go.
Okay, go for it.
All right,
We got 2 minutes.
So I got a balance with the old school dating and the new school dating.
1 minute.
See, me personally, the way I feel is that you say, hey, it makes it too easy. I say, hey, for all the rejections that I got in the past with old school dating,
No, he did
it just
not.
balances out. And I'm out.
Man. Alright.
You just nasty as
Man,
hell.
I'm telling you.
Thank you.
So the contrast that I feel like between old school dating and new school dating is, of course, one, the technology, but two, you don't have to. Well, first of all, back in the 70s and the 80s, and back in y'all day, back in y'all time,
Raise your hand.
the women,
He
the
said
women were
70s.
more
He
well
said
kept.
70s. Come
More
on,
than 69.
Listen. The women were more well kept, and they were more sheltered. They were more protected in a sense of moral upbringing.
I won't.
So
no.
Let him finish.
Not really.
so look,
Don't finish.
you got the older generation where the females didn't really have access to much because they didn't, they was fighting for equal women's rights. They wanted to work, they wanted to make their own money. So you had females that was intending to stay in the house and be housewives and be mothers to the children and just be that conventional role of a woman that was perceived back in the 70s, 80s versus the early 2000s where people are more independent, they more free thinking, they more, the whole independent woman wave. I don't need a man to do this when I can go get up and work in XYZ. So it definitely created a division in the dating. It created a divide in the dating world because these women are more self-sufficient. At one point in time, we were the bread and butter, and they just, they held the household.
Nah. Oh shit.
She felt some type of way about that one.
No,
Yeah.
but
She just
no,
threw her
I-
phone. Right, on God.
No, she dropped her phone. I was like, what? You gotta get back.
in regards to that statement, I would have to agree to disagree with you because you have to look at the dynamics of how everything shifted. Back then, if you wanted to be an entrepreneur, it was easy for you to be an entrepreneur because everything that you needed was in high school. If you wanted to be an auto mechanic,
Electrician, those trades.
if you wanted to,
trades. I
exactly.
understand.
So it made it easier for you to provide for your family.
Right.
And then at that point, it's not saying that, women's live was not appreciated or looked at. It's just that it made it easier for male or female instead of going to college or it made it easier for them to provide for their families.
Right.
Because when you came out of high school, you had
You
a
had
trade.
a trade, which is
A licensed and skilled trade where they had to pay you.
And you could
versus
create business
now,
off of
exactly, versus now where they don't have them in the school and the first thing is like, oh, well, you got to go to college to get in
any
debt.
type of, yeah.
And then at that point, the only thing, you can file bankruptcy. You can have a house, you can have a car, you can have businesses, you can file all of that up under the bankruptcy. But one thing that you can't get rid of
Student loan.
is student loan.
It'll still be
If
there
you
home.
file bankruptcy, you cannot get rid of your student loan, but you can get rid of everything else. If you have a business and it goes under, you can file bankruptcy and don't have to pay your employees. But guess what? You can go wait 2 months, reopen another business, the same business in a different business name, and you good.
Now, would you say that back in the 70s and 80s that women or that who has a better average formal education? The women from the 70s and 80s era, or I'm gonna say between 70s and the mid 90s to 90s and the mid 90s to now, who had the better access? It would be the younger generation, right?
Right. Now,
Yeah.
Which means that we have access to a lot more opportunities with the females being, or with our women being more empowered and being more free-willed and being more self-sustainable. They don't, the same rules don't apply to that.
Yeah, but you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the plan.
so he was saying this. Fast forward. So,
We'll get back to that.
yeah, well,
Break.
we're gonna do a fast forward. It's over. Ain't no break.
No.
One of the things I want to do is fast forward. Is just speed it up. Where you gotta understand, old school you had to do a lot more studying. You had a library.
Right.
Mhm.
Where a lot of people when they studied up. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you have this
Card
thing called
catalog.
a phone. This phone is a mini computer,
Google.
and Google can teach you so much.
Right.
And now you can find out a lot of stuff that we was taught was a lie.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Now that you know that,
you are more enhanced to learn the truth if you choose to. You do not always use this as the powerful source that it's meant for. You use it how you want to. So we can watch our shows and we can be entertained instead of being stimulated in our brain.
Educated.
So I want people to be more into learning the best you, which means every time somebody says something, check it out. Don't validate because of a person, validate because of fact. And then you'll be more in tune to ask more intelligent questions.
Right.
Why? Because I got to get you out your comfort zone. You are comfortable telling a lie. You're comfortable listening to a lie because they taught you that way. I want to reteach you, not break you, but change you to a better you where you can believe in something better than what you was taught.
Because that's what you inherited.
I inherited,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but I don't have to keep it.
Exactly.
So you
but
can
the
change.
thing is, it's hard for a lot of people to be retaught because they choose not to be retaught.
Well,
Now,
one, they're
unlearn and
comfortable.
relearn is so real. It's so real. Now,
But a lot of people are afraid.
it's because you so
They're
rooted in what
afraid.
you know. You so rooted in what you know. You can't get outside of that because that's how you functioned your whole life.
Yeah,
Now,
but that's not what
that's-
you know. That's what you inherited.
Yeah.
It's not what you know. Because if you open your eyes and actually digest what you're given, then you can be retaught.
I mean, if you know this is a stove, but you don't know the function of the stove, like, because a child is not necessarily going to understand the function of this stove. They just see it in the house.
Yeah.
So it comes with age and it comes with experience dealing with these type of situations. Once they put their hand on that hot burner, they going to know, okay, no. Okay, I see mama cooking on that. That prepares our food. Okay, now this, I know not to touch this no more because my hand is going to get burned. So you have to, like you said earlier, exposure. Be exposed to these type of
exposure is
situations. Be aware of these type of situations because awareness is a big part of it too. If you don't know what's going on around you, if you're not aware of your surroundings, then you're not going to be able to pick up on the little things and the little nuances and the little lies and the little misunderstandings that we have
But
that
you
has
have to
been
be
passed
open to
down
it.
through generations.
So one of the things I
You
can
have
tell
to
you
be
is
open
on
to
our, I'd like to say at the bottom half of our show right here, at the round table, one of the things I want to tell you is you got to be understanding and open-minded to realize some of the things that you was taught, some of the things that you might know. Enhance yourself to learn a little bit more. If not, you're going to continue to get burned. Old school to new school. A lot of times you keep messing around with things that ain't good for you, and that's just what you used to, and I want to expose you to something different. Here, we want to expose you and get you to a point where you can see things different. I don't know where you at. We all over the place on the table because I'm trying to help you find out you to realize you didn't even recognize it was hot.
Yes, sir.
And you keep sticking yourself and putting yourself in
Hot
positions
situations.
where you ain't achieving. You just playing and you steadily get
Stick
burned.
yourself.
I want to teach you how to enhance and understand where the fire's at, and maybe I can help you get past it. That's what we do at Bar Talk with Jay. And again, thank you TR380 for stepping in the building,
Oh man,
Buddha for
An
doing
honor
this
and a
thing,
pleasure.
and Miss Quiet in the back that I ain't gonna
Yes,
mention
sir.
names because she want to be quiet. She might got warrant. She might got
You
warrant.
might gotta want. Hey,
I don't got no
we
more.
ain't gonna speak
No,
about
no,
that.
won't. Paperwork. Paperwork, yeah. She gonna put it in that paperwork. And again, subscribe to my man TR380 along with Bar Talk with Jay, and we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.